Welcome to Yoga with Cordelia, yogaing for health and well-being. Hello yogis, today we are doing yoga for the upper back, targeting knots and tension. You will need either a bolster or 2 yoga blocks for this practice. We will be holding each pose for a minute or so to allow the stretch to get into the muscles and connective tissue. Sit in Sukhasana, cross-legged, and if it feels nice, raise the hips up by sitting on a cushion or a yoga block. Close off the eyes, hands resting on your knees, and notice your breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Lower the right ear towards the right shoulder and crawl the left fingers to the side to deepen the stretch of the left side of the neck, and maybe place the right hand on top of the head, and rather than pulling down on the head, imagine lengthening the ear away from the shoulder, and breathe deeply. If the sensation is too intense, then go back a step, remove the hand from the head, or even bring the arm back into the side. We're here for 10 breaths in total. Release the right arm and gently raise the head back up to neutral, and let's explore the other side. Left ear towards the left shoulder, crawl the right fingertips to the side, and if it feels good, gently place the left hand on the head. Breathing into the stretch. 10 breaths here. If your mind is starting to wander, just bring it back to the breath. Release the head and carefully bring it back to neutral. Bring the arms out straight in front, bend the elbows to 90 degrees, palms facing each other, and cross the left arm under the right, binding once or twice. Shoulders down away from the ears, whilst the elbows are going forwards and up. If this shape is not working for you, release the bind and give yourself a hug. Hands to the opposite shoulders and raise the elbows. Breathing slow, deep breaths, sending the breath to between the shoulder blades. 7 more breaths wherever you are. Inhaling and exhaling. Release the arms, roll the shoulders, find any movement that feels nice before going to the other side. Right arm crosses under the left arm, binding once or twice, pushing the elbows forward and up, shoulders down and away from the ears. If you gave yourself a hug last time, repeat that, but making sure that the other arm is on top this time. And breathe. Eagle arms broadens the space between the shoulder blades, which is great for desk workers and people who spend a lot of time driving. This asana pose also allows for deeper breathing as it creates space for the lungs to expand. 6 more slow, deep breaths. In and out through the nose. Release the arms, roll the shoulders, and then mindfully come into tabletop, keeping the navel into the spine to protect the lower back during the transition. From tabletop, hands reach to the top of the mat, lower the forehead all the way to the mat or onto a cushion or block if it doesn't quite make it all the way. Hips directly above the knees, lower belly engaged to keep the spine nice and long. Even though the arms are forward, keep the shoulders down the back to create space for the neck. Breathing deeply. With each exhale, melt the heart down to the mat. Heart to earth pose, also known as puppy pose. This is a restorative downward facing dog, stretching between the shoulder blades and the shoulder girdle. Navel to spine, inhale back up to tabletop. Make any clothing adjustments as needed. Raise the right arm up and forward and then thread it through behind the left arm, resting the right ear and the right shoulder onto the mat. You can rest onto a cushion or a block to bring the floor up to you. Try to have as little tension and weight as you can on the neck. Left hand can stay firmly pressing into the mat, or you can straighten the left arm towards the top of the mat. Navel is engaged lightly. Breathe deep belly breaths here. Inhale and exhale, letting go a bit more with each exhale. If your left arm is outstretched, bring it back in so the left hand is under the shoulder, navel firmly into spine, and inhale carefully, unwinding back to tabletop. Let's go to the other side. Left arm up and forward, exhale, thread the needle, resting down onto the left shoulder and left side of the head. Yogi's choice with the arm, keep it bent or stretch it up to the top of the mat. This pose focuses on the thoracic spine with its twisting action as you press the navel into the spine. Remember to breathe. If you find that your breath has become short or shallow, then you have gone too far into the pose and you need to back out slightly. The breath is always our guide. Carefully bring the right hand back under the shoulder if it was outstretched. Inhale back to tabletop. Make your way down onto your mat. You will need your bolster or 2 yoga blocks. We're coming into supported fish. If using a bolster, you will want it lengthways. If using blocks, first one lengthways to go between your shoulder blades and second one widthways for your head to rest on. Play with which height feels best. Lower the back down onto the bolster or onto your blocks. Bring the legs into a butterfly shape or recline pod cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides. Arms wherever feels nice. This asana stretches the muscles of the rib cage, allows for deep breathing and helps to balance our energy levels. With each exhale, let go. Let the body be heavy on the bolster or blocks. Let the knees and thighs be heavy. Enjoy this wonderful restorative pose. Deep belly breaths here. Lift the knees back up together using your hands. Come onto the forearms and remove your props. And then come down into Shavasana, our final resting pose. I'm going to grab my sunglasses because the sun is really hot. Legs as wide as the mat, arms out to the side, palms up. Allowing time for our body to integrate all that it has done. Let the breath be natural, don't force it, just notice it coming in and going out. Try not to engage with any thoughts, acknowledge them, but let them pass on by. Constructive rest for the mind as well as the body. I invite you to bring movement back into the hands and feet. Rotate the wrists, rotate the ankles, stretch up overhead. Lovely full stretch. Bring the knees in, roll to one side and bring yourself up to a comfortable seat of your choice. Arms up overhead, palms together, bringing all that wonderful energy to your heart centre, thanking yourself for taking this time to nurture your mind and body. Namaste. I hope you have enjoyed this practice. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and click the subscribe button below.